Hello, this is a follow-up to the Dark and Darker lobby helper video. I'm just gonna go over the comments and have some responses because I didn't really reply to any of them. Mostly because wow, this is funny. Okay, mostly because I feel like just dropping a comment's gonna start a war somehow. It's just because people are weird like that. I know, I know. So rather than just respond to these, I'm just gonna make a single video and leave it at that. I'm just gonna quickly respond to everything. Some of these comments are like great. Some of them are completely absurd. Some of them are, well, you'll see, I guess. I'm probably going to lambast a few people. Not intentionally. You did this to yourself by leaving a comment that's so dumb. So, my bad. Uh, I'll just start at the bottom is the first ones. Says, this guy says, cool guy. You're like, cool. Yeah, all right. Good comment. I love it. Thank you. Um, then we got, this seems really neat. Not sure what Iron Mace would think about it, though. I don't know. Their stance on most macros for lobby related things. I assume it's the same for in game, but who knows? I honestly don't know either. I can't imagine they would be upset by something that just directly makes their game better and fixes a lot of its issues and clunkiness. So it is what it is. It doesn't matter to me really what they think. I've kind of, when I uploaded this video, I accepted the consequences that it might cause. So whatever happens, happens. I'm fine with it. I don't think it's even close to cheating or anything like that. I think it's honestly, I think I would quit the game without this thing. If I didn't make this lobby helper, the game was getting so tedious to me from the lobby standpoint, not the actual gameplay, that I was probably going to quit. There was so many times that I would finish a run and I'd be like, oh my gosh, I gotta sell all this stuff, sort all this stuff, and I would, instead of doing all that I would just Alt F4 and go do something else. So when I built this helper, I started actually continuing to play instead of going to do something else. So I think it just directly helps the game in every way. I don't think it's there's really no advantage other than we can pretend Iron Mace made a better lobby. I guess that's, I don't know. All right, well, someone did respond to that. It says, "Who cares what Iron Mace thinks? They delayed the season for weeks for seemingly no reason, causing huge gold inflation, ruining the point of the season, gave people unlimited blues, failed the night system, something. Seb was known to be unkind and got people booted from the disc. I don't know what that. I don't know who Seb is. The vision of PvE focus. Some PvP was abandoned for money. They knew people from certain country was a problem and rightfully ping lock. Then got scared and took ping lock away, resulting in them spilling into other regions, influencing others to cheat, to deal with cheating, creating a Tarkov situation. Well, that's a lot of things. I really don't know about most of this. I would agree with. I don't personally really care what Iron Mace thinks. Although, I mean, I do, but like at the same time, it goes back to what I already said. Of the lobby is so bad that I personally just quit the game. So I kind of had to do this to even keep playing, basically, because it was so clunky and frustrating and excessively time consuming for no particular reason. So I don't know. He just points out that, like, yeah, I don't even know. I'm not involved in the drama. I'm on the Discord, but I don't really pay attention to what goes on. I'm only on it for the updates. But yeah, Iron Mace is a little slow at developing sometimes or getting things squared away. But I actually understand that, and I'm fine with all that. I get that it's frustrating, but game development's actually really hard, especially when you're dealing with a huge group of people and servers, and if one thing goes wrong, it could cause more major problems. It's better that the game be a few weeks late and work properly than it be released too early. So I don't know. This whole influencing others to cheat to deal with cheating and creating a Tarkov situation, if that happens to the game, well, we're all doomed, and that has nothing to do with any of us probably watching, unless you're personally one of those guys installing ESP or whatever you do. So I don't know. I don't know how to respond to that really, other than to say what I just said. Another guy says impressive. Thank you. Appreciate that. Um, I don't know. See, even by hearting these, I'm probably going to cause a bit of a rift because I'm gonna, heart the ones I like or agree with. Maybe I just heart them all, so I don't feel like I'm favoritism in certain comments. Because, well, quite frankly, I don't particularly care what people think about this. as I said earlier, I've already made up my mind about this after thinking on it on my own for a long time. And I basically, yeah, whatever. I don't really care what the consequences are. This needs to be done. It's just the game is somewhat unplayable without it, in my opinion. So it is what it is. Iron Mace should make a better lobby or make it so you can hotkey go into things in their lobby. That would be sweet if it was native, but I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. I've personally used Unreal and a lot of the interface stuff and know that all this is possible in Unreal, but it is a good bit of work. They'd have to do like a huge rework. So I understand that it's probably not going to happen anytime soon unless they like directly hire a guy or two to only work on this, improving their lobby. But that's up to them. That doesn't really have anything to do with me. So most of the problems I can't fix, but I can make the game better for myself and I guess other people if they want, if they're cool. All right, we got a. This is really cool, man. I didn't see what you used. I'm assuming Python. I mean, I said it all in the video. I don't know what else to tell you. It's not Python. I just started coding last year. This is something I learned to do in Python. Yeah, you can do this in any language. Pick a coding language. It's possible. All right, it's that simple, really. I just used AutoHotkey because it was really simple and it got the job done the fastest for me. So AutoHotkey is not even a coding language. It's just a script that another program runs to do things on your computer. It's probably built in C++ or C or something. AutoHotkey itself. So I don't know. It's not a true coding language, but it's kind of just AutoHotkey is just a productivity app, and is what it's designed for. It's help you get work done. If you work like an office job and you type the same email, you can script it out with AutoHotkey or something like that. Or if you have the same routine for resetting someone's password, that's what it's really for. It's not really made for games, but it also can just do basic things. So it can really kind of just be used anything. We got he used PowerShell. Oh yeah, there is a PowerShell Dev Tools folder in there, but really that's just some copy pasta for me to remember how to print your XY location on screen. Yeah, that can even be deleted. It's not used. And actually, the program AutoHotkey has a Windows spy where you can see the location. So the PowerShell is totally useless. I just didn't realize that at the time when I was doing it the manual tough way. And then we got, I think 100% of the repository is PowerShell scripts. What? You guys can go look at the repo. I mean, it's posted. It's what? This is what I mean when I said in the video that you kind of have to not be an idiot. It's just stuff like this. Like, what? What are you doing, guys? You're completely off. Just go look at it. What are you typing up here for? Just go look at it. What? All right, I love this. Cool, thank you. I guess I'll heart that. I definitely feel you about dad community feels negative people here are extremely loud. Oh, this is in reference to a comment I said that basically I was kind of reluctant to share this because I didn't think it would be appreciated, and most of the community is really negative, and I'm probably just going to get crapped on anyway, no matter what, whether it's useful or not, etc. All right, so that's it. It feels like the negative people are extremely loud. I think that's it. I don't think the community is actually that bad. I think there's just a few really loud negative voices. Like, I don't know. I'll just say a few names where I noticed it and I thought it was like completely absurd, and then I started noticing it more. It's like I tuned into one of the lore streams and he was literally just screaming at the top of his lungs, screaming, "Fire SDF, get rid of it." He was like just full on raging about like firing the company, and it was just like the most baffling thing I've ever seen. I was like, holy crap, this is the path I'm trying to be a game developer. This is what I'm signing up for. All right. So, and then there's a couple others, but it's just a few loud voices. Most people are really cool. A lot of the games you play, you might run into cool people. It is what it is. Every online game's like this. You get some negative people, and you also run into cool people. So I don't really. I actually kind of regret making that comment. I probably should have just left it inside and not put it in the video, but it's the truth. It's what I felt at the time, so it is what it is. All right. They are. Remember the beginning of the lawsuit arc? Nope, I wasn't playing during that time. 100% agree. Yeah, the negative people are just extremely loud. That is it. 65 likes. Sweet. Love it. Love it. All right. Can can't you do actual coding where it reads your screen? This is way safer. I mean, I could, but there's no way I'm doing that. That's way too much work, man. And that does start to borderline on problematic hacking, I would think, because if you're starting to make screen readers, then how much further are you going? Like this program doesn't read the screen at all. It's very naive. It just clicks a few spots on your screen. It doesn't know where it's at actually. You have to kind of be in the right place and press the right thing. So it's not a very good program to be honest, but no, there's no way I'd make a program like this that reads your screen, uh, because I think that would borderline on unethical. Because once you go there, then you could start saying, oh, now we can read the screen in game and start doing all sorts of stuff. And no way, no way. I vehemently disagree with cheating in game. I think it's. I mean, I made videos on this before. Whether you've seen it or not is, not up to me. So I'm not gonna go into that again. You can look it up. Like I made a video that says, well, never mind. I don't even care. I'm not gonna go any further with that. But sure, I could. It's not that hard. You just read the color of pixels on your screen. Every computer language can do it basically if you want. And yeah, but it's way, way, way more complicated. I'd say like 20 times. It would make this program like 30, 40 times more complicated than it is. This is a really simple program the way it is. So there's just no way I'm going to do that. Uh, no incentive really to do it. If you're smart and actually enjoy dad, why would you publicly release this for 20 likes when you know for a fact people only abuse? There's not really anything to abuse with this program, I don't think. It just helps you get through the lobby a little faster where it's real clunky. That's I don't know how you could abuse that. It's like I don't know what you can compare it to when you pour yourself a cup of juice. Do you pour it into a cup, or do you just stick your mouth on the whole thing and drink it? You know, this is like pouring it into a cup. This is a terrible example. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't see how this is abusable. And why would you release it publicly for 20 likes? I don't know what that implies or actually means either. I just don't even understand this comment. I barely understand this comment. Like I know what he's saying, but I don't get where he's coming from. It doesn't quite make sense to me. So I'm not quite sure how to respond. Why only 20 likes? Why so low? Well, if you look at like my last, I don't know, say 30 videos, you'll see that none of them have even close to 20 likes. So getting 20 likes on a video is actually a milestone for me. I know if you only watch like, YouTubers with millions of subscribers, yeah, it seems absurd, but you gotta understand, I'm a small guy. Nobody's ever really cared about me for many years, or not very many people, very small. So I'm kind of used to not getting attention. So when I do, it's very surprising to me. Um, so that's why I would do it for 20 likes. That's like a appropriate milestone for my channel. I think it's really that simple. I understand if your different channels have different milestone things, but it seemed reasonable. Seemed reasonable. And I also wanted to make it something that could actually be hit. If I said like 1,000 likes, that's probably not ever going to get hit on my channel, and it is what it is. So I put it a low number because I'm already making this giant video. I've already kind of accepted that it is what it is, and if there are consequences, then I accept them at this point already. So why not just release it easily if people actually like it? I have no intention of using this, but regardless, this is insanely cool, great stuff. Cool. Yeah, I honestly I would not recommend using this to any new user. You have to be kind of next level understanding of how this works, or you're probably gonna not have a great time, to be honest. Yeah, you got to kind of be smart. You got to kind of study it a little bit. You can't just jump in and use it and expect it to go perfect. It's a program made specifically for me, so it is what it is. I'm an idiot from the internet and I want this. Please, thanks, man. It's very helpful. Well, it's available, so you can get it if you want. Really interesting. Careful with the anti-cheat. There is none. Though, I yeah, I think I've already addressed those. That's funny. Plenty of goodness. I think selling it would make Iron Mace explode. There's nothing to sell here. There's no sales. I mean, you can support me and my channel if you want, but I'm not selling this particular program as it's out there for free, right? I don't would make Iron Mace explode. You really can't explode this. It's, I mean, how would you explode? I don't know. I don't get it. Did he call me an idiot, or why is the game not working anymore? Obviously trolling. Yeah, I made a comment in the original video that basically said you have to be not an idiot to use this basically. And well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have worded it that way. That was a bad wording. I don't mean to call people idiots, but I don't know. I get a little bit bitter and grumpy sometimes too, but no, I don't mean that really. I just mean like I guess it would have been better to be you gotta be smart about it or something like that. You know, or word it positively. I don't know why I did that. All right. Wait a minute. Why give for free? Sell Iron Mace to earn something and let it implement in the game. This is not something they could implement in the game. All right. This is not a tool they can implement. If they wanted to do something like this, they'd have to do it in their game editor. You know, they'd have to do it in Unreal Engine. This is not done in Unreal Engine. This is just a simple macro that's like a productivity macro, basically. You know, it doesn't touch the game really. It doesn't do anything. But all that being said, yes, I do know how to implement something like this in a game, but that's a lot more involved. This is like an easy version of it. To put it in the game would be so much more, like I said earlier. It's a hacky brute force implementation. If Iron Mace did hotkeys like this, it would look so much different. Yes, absolutely. And nailed it. Nailed it. Yeah. Iron Mace wouldn't implement it this way. Yeah, that's correct. Screen coordinates. Yeah, this is incredibly naive. I don't know. I think, you know, it's funny. A lot of these comments, they obviously just didn't watch the video, which is, you know, it's fine. I know I get people skip around. They're not going to watch the whole 45-minute thing, but why not watch the video before leaving a comment to see if like it's already been answered? You know, whatever. Probably won't use it, but it's cool. Well done. Thank you. Okay. Well, I think it's good for boomers. All right. Sure. If you could make an auto stash sorter like Tarkov, I'd pay for that. I haven't. There's no way. That would involve actually making a screen reader so it could detect which stash you're on, what's in your inventory, and you need a whole database of all the different things. It's such a monumental task that it's like a, I would say it's like a, I don't know, just to put a money value on an auto stash sorter, that'd be like a full program, which is usually quoted at like 200K or something. So there's no way I'm making that, and I don't want to make a screen reader anyway. That's not really my thing. I don't prefer to do stuff like that in general. I would rather play games and make games. So I don't know. Would love if this was legal for ultra ride. I mean, what? It's just not designed for different resolutions. That's true. Uh, it could be. I could put in all the definitions for different resolutions, but it's a huge job, and I never play on those resolutions. So I'm not getting paid to do this or anything. So I'm not going to just dump extra work on myself. If someone wants to hire me to improve it, that's a whole other thing. But you know, I make no assumption that that is going to happen. And to be honest, I don't think you could pay me enough. Most people, unless you're like rich or something, I, t- I mean, there's no simple way to say it other than like I don't. I rarely accept work because I usually find the work that other people want me to do to be completely miserable. So I just don't accept work hardly ever unless it's an incredibly good deal. So not gonna happen anytime soon unless I happen to get a different monitor and want it to work for a different screen size. But in theory, yeah, you know, like the locations are kind of defined in the program. You could just define it for other resolutions and have some kind of toggle to make it work for other resolutions. It wouldn't necessarily be that hard. It's just kind of a lot of work. You know, probably take like a whole day of coding meticulously, basically, or something like that. And yeah, that's it. I'd assume this would be bannable, but you never know with Iron Mace. See, I'm in the opposite boat. I would assume it wouldn't be bannable. So, yeah, whatever. Iron Mace needs to hire this guy ASAP. This is not the kind of work that they would want on their thing, but I mean, I'm sure I could help improve a lot of things if they did hire me. Also, I've never applied, so I don't know if I ever would. I have no idea. I guess I don't really foresee that as a, I don't know what to say. If Iron Mace reached out to me and offered me a position or something, I mean, I would review it, but I wouldn't necessarily say I would definitely do it. Just depends because it goes back to what I said earlier about work. I like doing my own thing. I find it much more enjoyable. My fingers always hurt at the end of the day because I probably right click gold purses a few thousand times and it's annoying. Yeah, exactly. That was my problem. I was basically at the verge of quitting this game entirely because the lobby was so clunky and I couldn't stand it. So making this was the other option to keep playing basically. Dope scripts, man. I made a few on scripts for emptying my inventory after raids. Simple things similar to that, but nothing this good. Cool. Yeah, I think things to like improve the game but not give you an advantage are not a problematic. They're just directly good for the game. There's really no, yeah. What are you gonna do? I find a manual pre-raid ritual somewhat therapeutic, but this is cool nonetheless. Hey, that's fine. That's cool. Why not? I I'm lazier, I guess. I want to try this out, but scare on the anti-cheat. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I stand by what I've said on all that, so whatever. Really cool project, but I just want to say a couple days ago I started a project like this myself. Cool to see your project. Sweet. Yeah, I'm not the only one with this problem, obviously, or that can't stand the interface anymore. One for auctioning a certain item that selects trading post, shift left clicks bottom left of your inventory, selects trading post, paste, enter would be really good. As well as a version for auctioning full inventory, shift left clicks every slot in your inventory, which would work naturally since you can't display the same item twice would be awesome. I don't quite understand what all this exactly means. I mean, he's talking about adding some new functionality for something, but I don't quite understand how this makes sense. One for auctioning a certain item that selects the trading post box. Shift left clicks the item in your bottom leftmost inventory slot. What does that do? Selects trading post box. Pastes. You can't paste items in this game. Can you? No. It would be really good. Yeah, there's really no way to automate the market any better, I don't think. It's too clunky, basically. It's too clunky to improve any further. I did improve it a tiny bit by giving you like hotkeys to search, but beyond that, it's not really possible without going massively in depth and spending tons of time on a little thing that I'm not sure would even work to begin with. It doesn't. I don't follow this like this logic doesn't. I don't even know what to do there. I don't even know what he wants. Pastes. You can't. Can you even paste in this game? I don't think you can paste in this game. At least not items. I know you can paste like text, but so I don't know. As well as a version for auctioning full inventory that shift left clicks. Why, if you're, I assume it means like going to the marketplace and auctioning everything. Why would you shift left click everything? Can't display the same item twice would be awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're on. I don't get it. I don't get it. What he wants there or what he's asking for even. I mean, I kind of see that. Yeah, he wants some more auctioning tools, but the way it's worded here doesn't align with how the game is. It wouldn't work without like really excessive screen reading uh, implementations, and there's just no way I'm ever doing that. Nice work, man. Cool. Appreciate it. I guess I'll leave that response. Heck yeah, I've been thinking about something like this. And badass, you actually did it. Well, thanks. Yeah, it's. I'm a dev and a whiz player. Let's link up. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with this? What are we linking up for? I don't care that you're a whiz player. I have no idea what kind of dev you are. I don't understand the relevance. I appreciate the camaraderie and wanting to link up, but I don't get why we would. I don't I don't know. Very cool, dude. All right, thanks. Just a heart. Here, I have one back. Work for Iron Mace, teach them something. I don't know that they would listen to me, so whatever. Uh, I can't believe people are still using Ankh to cheat in games in 2025. What do you mean you can't believe? Okay, so usually when you see Ankh scripts, people use Ankh traditionally. I'm going to say I'm actually kind of just guessing on this. I don't actually really know. But my understanding is people often use Ankh to control recoil and things like that in games. I don't really know what else you can hardly do with it. It's not robust enough to do much more, other than like, you know, straightforward tasks of doing the same thing over and over. But yeah, it has been used to cheat in games, and I do not support that at all. So I would say, yeah, I get the comment, but I don't think it's directed at me. I think it's just kind of a generic comment about Unk in general. So it is what it is. How is this cheating? I also don't get how it's cheating. I just don't think it is at all. I think it's quite the opposite. It's like if a developer made an update to their game and made it better, and then like people were like, "Hey, this is cheating." It's like, no, we just improved our game and interface. That's kind of what this is like. It's just some improvements. Subscribed, cool. Thank you, thank you. I don't know. I guess I'll heart that comment too. Whatever. Onk is a good thing. Helped me automate a lot of tedious clicking away. Exactly. This is awesome. What the heck? Didn't realize something like this was possible. The game does feel really sluggish, so I'll probably check it out eventually. Cool. Yeah, I agree. Interesting. Onk scripts are safe to use. I would say not in. Well, I'm not the whatever. I'm not the head of what people say about this. I would say no in general. In game, no. If you're in game and in a match, heck no. You're not allowed to use Onk scripts. That is cheating. If you're using it to play bard songs or control recoil or whatever you might do with it, no, it's definitely cheating. I would say that that is bannable. But it's not my call. So, uh, but for the lobby, I don't think it's even close to cheating. It's like I was saying earlier. It's basically like as though they updated the game and just made it better. It's that's what it is. If that's I don't know. I guess worded like that, you could call it cheating. But that's am I just saying too much? Do I just need to shut up at this point? But yeah, the stance I said earlier, I stand by it the same. As in, their anti-cheat won't pick it up as cheating. Who cares about their anti-cheat? Cheating is cheating, whether an anti-cheat recognizes it or not. That's my opinion on it. If you're cheating in a game and the anti-cheat doesn't pick it up, you're still cheating. You still deserve the same penalty. That's what I think. Anti-cheats have never worked properly. They probably never will. There's some theoretical, long-standing problems with anti-cheats in a way that they're never going to work properly. So it's a matter of ethics whether you cheat or not, and don't do it, don't support it. And I get that some people are angry that they think this is kind of supporting it, but I don't think so. Like here, I made a toggle crouch script and was using it for a bit. That is cheating. I would say that that is cheating. Got scared because I got some dank names. It'd be very sad to lose. Okay. Yeah, there is kind of a problem with the crouch jump in this game a little bit. Like if you accidentally tap control and then hit space, it doesn't jump, which can make you accidentally fall off ledges and stuff. It's very annoying, but yeah, I wouldn't support that. I don't think using anything in game is logical or allowed. Or I personally, if it were up to me, I would say no, those aren't allowed. That being said, it is very frustrating when the company behind the game doesn't fix the broken controls, because there are definitely a few broken controls in the game. I've experienced them too many times. Like for example, when you switch weapons, let me think how to explain this bug. It's kind of a hard one to see, but if you're like spamming your ability, like if you're spamming E to use one of your skills, and but before you press that, you were in some sort of swing pattern with like a sword. Rather than the E triggering the skill, it seems to trigger the next part of the attack. So there's weird bugs like that. I don't even know how you'd fix that with a cheat even. It's just the game's just messed up. They just got a problem with their input system a little bit. And I'm not hating on Iron Mace. It's a game with a lot of things. Fixing these things can be very tricky. I get it. I've tried to make first person games before from scratch, and I get that getting all these controls right is very tricky and very hard. So I would say, if you're having problems with the in game and are thinking about making a script to fix it, I would say make a ticket with Iron Mace and just let them know the issue and hope that they fix it. As yeah, cheating in game is going to get you banned at some point, or at least we would hope so. Love that you put so much effort into making the game better instead of some people only complain. Great video, awesome effort. Well, I think that. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. This is so cool, bruh. Reminds me of an auto seller I made way back in the day that used OCR and screen positions. What is? I don't know what OCR is. I'm sure I could look it up, but I don't really care. This is much cleaner though. Oh, thank you. Cool. Commenting for the algorithm. This is awesome. Cool. Thanks. This is really cool. Hopefully it's not bannable. Dad's UI could definitely use some improvements. Yeah, I'll say this. Hopefully we get some UI. I do genuinely feel that using macros is typically cause for ban would be up to Iron Mason. Then, if someone gets banned for making the lobby actually usable and somewhat manageable, it's kind of a sign that you probably shouldn't play the game anymore. So I've just accepted that if I get banned for this, it's a sign that I don't need to play this game anymore, and I'm sure all my friends would probably quit along with me. So it would be a loss on Iron Mace's part, and plus they would be shutting down something that's actually trying to make the game better for once instead of complaining. So it would just be completely absurd for them to do so. But it's not up to me. They can do what they want. Cool. Yep. Sending love. Thank you. All right. When I click this, there's no download option. Yeah. Oh. This is the goes back to you kind of gotta not be an idiot. And that's a bad word. Maybe this guy's smart and just maybe it's more of ignorance. Like not everybody knows how code and scripts work, and you just can't expect everybody to have that knowledge. It is kind of a learning curve. So you'll figure it out, buddy. Go get it. Oh, he did actually. Thanks you. Cool. So yeah, it is what it is. People don't know the difference between a hack and a macro. I guess not. Yeah, this is more of a I don't know what this would be called. It's definitely not a hack. It's barely, yeah, I guess it is a macro. You could call it a macro. Okay, how would you change this to work for the 1600 by 1024? Would you have to recode everything? Yeah, you'd have to recode all the positioning of everything. Yes. So all the locations of everything that's being clicked. Yes, because it just goes off a 1080 screen. 00 up here, 1920 by 1080, or down here at the bottom right. And if you got a different screen size, then yeah, you got to recode every position. Now, it could be set up that all the positions for different resolutions are defined and you can just toggle between them, like I was saying earlier. But that's a lot of work, and I don't play in any other resolution, so I'm not personally incentivized to do the work. Damn, felt that comment on the crappy community. People in the community, it can be so bad. Yeah, we kind of already addressed that earlier. It is what it is. Like I said, I think it's only the loud voices, and I don't even think those people are necessarily bad at something. They might just be having a bad day or something. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, you would have to recode. Okay. Is there a risk of Iron Mace catching how fast you're clicking through your inventory for, say, the Alchemist vendoring and flagging a ban for using macros, which companies count as cheating? I would love to use this, but it would save such a headache. I can't imagine if they're looking for macros that they'd be looking in the lobby. Like, that's not a place where macros even matter that much. And to begin with, I would say they need to look for this in game specifically, not in the lobby. And yeah, I stand by my word of yeah, using stuff like this in game, I would say is definitely cheating. Yeah, I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't recommend doing it because you're probably going to get banned. But this lobby, I think, is a special case. Yeah, but once again, it's not up to me. It's just my opinion. Bunch of likes, bunch of views, nice. Thank you. Yeah, it's incredibly rare for my channel. So appreciate it a lot. It's very surprising to me to see. I was a little bit blown away, and I don't know what else to say other than thanks. I'm glad my work is somewhat useful. Me on my phone thinking there's going to be a 5 minute video 30 minutes later. Yeah, it is kind of a I don't know. They're really only the description of everything's all you really need. The examples of me using it are whatever. My boy is wicked smart. Good work, sir. Thanks, John Bob. You're the man. Long time supporter. I appreciate you. I don't know if he actually uses it, so these don't really work. Yeah, I guess this kind of works. I'm not gonna do that to John. I'm not gonna auto responsive. Do appreciate it though. All right, yeah, I guess that's about it. I've gained some new subs off this. Still pushing for 1,000 subscribers one day. That's where I can actually potentially get my channel monetized one day. So I don't know. This has been a huge boost to my channel to just have this kind of reaction. So I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, and more than that, just appreciating that my work is actually useful. So I don't know. That's it. That's all I'm going to respond. That's all I'm gonna post. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.